Hello and good morning. I am very sleepy this morning. I woke up probably at 3:45. I didn't jump up, but I've been awake. But I wanted to come share a little bit. If people are aware, I just came off of a 45-day fast. The first 21 days was a liquid fast. The next 21 days was a social media fast. And then the last 3 days was a full on social media, no food, only water fast. And I did it because I have been on this journey of healing because there are lots of things in my life that have happened to me that have traumatized me, that have opened doors, and let spirits in, and I had delivered myself from a lot. I had healed from a lot, learned a lot and all the things, but there were just some habits and things that were affecting me and that I felt like I wasn't exactly where I needed to be. And so, I've been studying deliverance ministry and have delivered myself from a lot. But in my studies, I learned that if you can't deliver yourself from it, then you probably need to crucify yourself of it. And so that really sat heavy with me. And, we're in March of 2023 now, but when I started this, we were in January, and a lot of people were doing fasts. And I've heard about fasts before, and I've done it. I've done a Daniel fast. I made it 4 days. Daniel fast is no joke, and I got real dizzy and almost passed out, and I gave up. I was like, this is not for me. I'm not doing it. I've done as much as I can. And so I didn't. I have tried fasting from my phone before, and just these things. There's just things that I've always wanted to do and tried to do, but I really couldn't. And so I decided to move forward with this. And our pastor's always talking about, when you come up with something, you should slide it across the table to God and be like, this is what I think it should look like, but you tell me if you think this is what it should look like. And so, I'm not sure exactly. I think it was like January. It was either the 16th. I think it might have been January 16th or the following week, when I started the liquid fast. And to be honest with you, it wasn't like I came up with it. Like, it wasn't like planned ahead of time or anything. It's just I had been thinking about it, and I woke up that morning and I started my day out. Normally, I made a huge cup of coffee, made myself a protein drink, and yeah. And so I went to work, and I was talking to God on the way to work and was like, look, this is what I think it should look like. I think that this is what you want me to do because I've delivered everything. And I'm at a point where if it's not a demonic presence, then it's got to be something of the flesh. So I'm going to crucify myself. And this is what I think it should look like. Only protein shakes. I didn't say bone broth. That was something that we talked about later. Um, because if you know me, well, even even people who know me don't realize that I'm like an all or nothing kind of girl. Like I've to extreme. It's got to be the extreme. Which that's something else that God kind of taught me through all of this. But so protein shakes, bone broth, and I make this sugar-free lemonade, and that would give me electrolytes. That would give me protein. You know, the shakes would give me protein, and all of that. So I did that for 21 days. And God was like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Lots of praying, lots of leaning in, lots of devotions, lots of reading my Bible, um, lots of it. And there were some huge breakthroughs. Um, really had to deal with pride. Um, really having to deal with control. Really having to deal with where does my joy come from? You know, what am I doing all of this for? Is it for me? Is it for my glory? Or is it really for His? And you guys, over 45 days, He really, He really transformed me. And there are things about my testimony that He rewrote, and things that were revealed to me, um, that I never even considered, being revealed. And now I have such a peace in any kind of chaos. Like right now, I have no water in my house. I don't, because the well, I'm not even sure what part of it. We think it's the control box, which is ironic, just saying. And I came on here for one reason, and yeah, I ended up talking about something completely different, which is fine. We're just going to roll with it, right, Holy Spirit? But yeah, the control box on the water tank to the well, not the hot water heater, but the water tank to my well, has been clicking since probably Christmas. And um, we had moisture in the house. And it's so funny. I'm just like, I see you, Holy Spirit, just totally. So funny how he does that. But he there was moisture in the house. And so my husband went looking to find out why there was moisture in the house, and he found a leak underneath the sink underneath the house, and he fixed that. Um he's been doing lots of home improvements. He replaced all the screws on the roof. He replaced the boots on both of the vents to the bathrooms. And like I said, it's just like slowly but surely we're digging and figuring out what it really is, what the issue really is. And I told him, I was like, this thing is clicking, and he had to turn the water off to fix the pipe. And when he did that and he turned the water back on, the clicking stopped, right? But the water pressure was down. And so we had to figure out why the water pressure was down. And in figuring that out, we lost water altogether. And he discovered this capacitor. Looks like it's bad. And so it's seriously, it's like, y'all, this is a process, okay? When you become a Christian, you don't, you receive salvation, obviously. You receive salvation, but you're a mess. You have leaky parts. You have broken parts. You have, you're a fixer upper. And God comes in there and runs down all of those things that are messed up in you, and He reveals it to you and helps you. It's not that He does it, He helps you do it. He helps show you the way. He puts people in front of you. He allows situations to happen to put you under that pressure to see if there's a leaky part in you that you need to fix. Oh my gosh. I hope that this is coming across, and I hope that somebody is getting from it, getting something from it. But seriously, that, in all of this happening, I have so much peace. My poor husband is beside himself. But I'm like, I keep telling him, I'm like, I believe. I believe that this is going to be fixed. I know that God's going to do it. He's done so much more in our lives. I could sit here and testify to all the things that I'm just like, just be still and know that God is taking care of it. And I know I'm kind of rambling here. I had come on here to talk about Judas. I'm not even lying. I come on here to talk about Judas, and that is not at all where I started out at. I started talking about fasting and delivering myself and crucifying my flesh. But I say all of that that if you feel like as a Christian that there is something going on in you that you can't get fixed, that you've been praying for. Is there something you've been praying for that you don't feel like God's hearing you on? Maybe you should fast. Maybe you should. Reach out to your elders of the church and see if they think that that's a good idea. Talk to God about it. See what He says about it. But I'm going to hop off here because, like I said, I feel like I'm rambling. I look really tired, and I am. And I've got a bunch of stuff to do today. But we're going to get her done, and then I'm going to rest in the Lord for the rest of the afternoon because He is good. Even with all this, water mess going on, I've got a neighbor who's helping us out. My best friends, like, come use my washing machine. All the things, there's God will prepare you even if you don't even realize it. So I love you. Hope you guys have an amazing Monday.